Khan Shalom, all praise to Yahawah Bashim Yeshai Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Greatmillstone, and salutations to the hopeful electors pushing his truth and sincerity. So the word of today is going to be KetiKoti, which is actually in the Sranan Tonga, the Surinamese language. The chains are broken or are cut asunder, and this is actually referring to the so-called emancipation, liberation from slavery, which predominantly is aiming towards the West Indies. Let me get this. This is in Wikipedia. It says KetiKoti, sometimes spelled as KetiKoti Sranantongo. The chain is cut, or the chain is broken, or officially Dag der Vrijheden, Day of the Freedoms, is an annual celebration on the 1st of July that marks the Emancipation Day in Suriname. The day, also known as Manspasi Dei or Prisiri Manspas, meaning emancipation or emancipation festival, or kettingsnijden, Dutch chain cuttings. KetiKoti marks the date when slavery was abolished in Suriname in 1863. However, enslaved people in Suriname would not be fully free until 1873, after a mandatory 10 years transition period during which time they were required to work on a plantation for minimal pay and with state-sanctioned force. If they were discovered outside without a pass, they could be jailed. After 1873, many slaves left the plantation where they had worked for several generations in favor of the city in Paramaribo. The former slave keepers were compensated. For the 32,911 released people that were kept as slaves in Suriname, an amount of what is this? 9,800 and is it 9 billion? Right? Or not 9 million, Slakia, 9,867,780 in 2020, about 250 million, was paid to the slave keepers. As of 2009, several cities in the Netherlands hosted various activities, making this day a day of national celebration and remembrance throughout the country. Since 2002, there is an official monument for remembrance of the slavery in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The National Monument the Nationaal Monument Slavernijgeschiedenis, the National Monument Slavery History, is in the Oosterpark in Amsterdam, the Kitty. The Kotti Festival marks the date when slavery was abolished in Suriname and the Dutch Antilles, which is the islands, Curaçao, yeah, the Aruba, Bonaire, then you got the Sint Maarten, Sint Eustatius. The festival organization also aims to pressure the Dutch government for reparations and research. As of 2020, it is still unclear when the first slaves arrived. These people know, but they're not being open and honest about what they have done. You see? And that's it with these Edomites, man. The nation of Edom is they're very deceptive concerning what they have done, and they are not being open and honest concerning the grievousness which they have committed upon this earth. Because if you would look, we have to understand that the Netherlands, the last to end slavery, 1863 is what they say, but they were the last here in Europe to end this slavery, and like what it said it actually lingered on for 10 years. You see, but these people were the last one to end slavery, man, and now they want to act as if they really, because you got a lot of people speaking right now, a lot of these Edomites speaking about what it has done unto our people. They portray and they act as if they understand how how much damage truly has been done unto our people while they don't understand. They don't understand. And not even to start about reparations. The sincerity, the deep, utmost regret or feeling sorrow, or sorry, better to say, for what they have done unto our people. It's not being uttered in a sincere way. There's no way of compensating or restoring the damage that has been done unto our people. So let's go into the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So we in this empire, in this system, we understand the true meaning of what truly took place. When it says emancipation, you are not going to find us, you're not going to find a Hebrew Israelite that understands what took place in the past, in history, and what is taking place in this present time. You are not going to find us cheering and promoting this whole circus that is being shown right now on the TV. Because this is just a circus, man. Many of our people simply don't understand that the Heavenly Father will punish them for all these things that they have done. There's a biblical restoration for the damage that they have done unto us, and that's what we need to focus on. We are not looking for your so-called sorries or your so-called acting as if you understand what has been done unto us and why our people are living in the estate that they're living in today. We don't need none of that. The only thing that we want is the biblical judgment, the reparation of the Most High. That's what we want, and that's what we need to tell the people about, because that is what counts. What they think and what they want and how they feel is not important, you know. Let me get this, man. Here it says emancipate. You got to understand the meaning of words, man. When it says emancipation, when it says emancipation, we merely got delivered, we got transferred or sold from owner to another owner. That is what happened. So when you had slave masters controlling the people, whipping them and doing all that evil unto the people, the slavery moved. You was moved from ownership and given into the hand of the government. That is what is taking place right now upon this earth. The government owns the people. That's why you gotta walk around with your ID. That's why you gotta pay taxes. They own this. George Carlin, let me get that, man, because I always have to go to my main man, George Carlin, when I speak about this, man. The owners, you know, and when you're looking at America, it's the same thing. The owners of this country. We're talking about the owners, the rulers of this empire. That's what we're talking about. The nation of Edom, the Esau descendants. It's talking about the so-called top 1%. The global network that is controlling this earth and that is aiming for their so-called satanic new world order. They are the ones who control and set the rules. So let me just look for a clip to show you here.
Consumption. It's the new national pastime. Fuck baseball. It's consumption. The only true lasting American value that's left. Buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway. Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. They say, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there, it's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind three things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now.
And when we're speaking about the owners, you always have to remember about the triangle. Let me get that. The triangle transport, which took place. The triangle trade. How that happened, man. You know, because the way how they operated upon this earth was just totally crazy, man. Let me see if I can make it a bit bigger. Oh man, come on now. Okay, let me see. I think this one is going to be better. Okay, here you see it. So you see the triangle trade that is taking place, man. Textile, rum, and manufactured goods to Africa. And then it goes here, slaves to America, and then here it goes to sugar, the movement from here, but also from here especially, man. Sugar, tobacco, cotton to Europe. You see, so this is how Europe enriched themselves, and the Netherlands were the last one to end slavery. That's why this small country is very rich and very powerful concerning input and decisions here in Europe. The other thing as well, Belgium, Germany, you know, Switzerland, which it's actually, Switzerland is actually one of the Swiss is actually one of the main capitals economically for the elites here in Europe. You know, you also have CERN, the hydro collider being established over there. So, Slovakia. Where was I? Oh, I was showing you the clip, right? I was showing this clip. Let me play on.
The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back, so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people. White collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all.
So you hear George Carlin kicking facts, and that's what it is. But yet you got people still believing and putting their trust in the system, and they really think that the people that are responsible for all these things, who did all these grievous things towards the children of Israel, they act as if they understand and as if they have any form of compassion or empathy concerning what we went through and what we still go through. The book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 12, for it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. We know by part the things that they have done unto our people. You know, you can already imagine the mind which they could have had when you have a free passage to brutalize, to rape, to murder, to experiment on people, old, young, you know, females, rape. They did the most horrible things onto our people, and there was no one who intervened when they did these things unto our people. The book of Joel chapter 3 verse 3, it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and had given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. The thing that they did is like they made bets. You know, in the time of slavery, they made bets, and they sold our people on the auction block. Young buck being sold onto the rich white man, red man with the black hat in the back, got sold. Families got ripped apart. The boys were forced to have sex with their mother. That's where the term mother effer comes from. Bearing children, which also went into the slavery, used and abused on the most horrific ways upon this earth. No one intervened. The girls were pregnant or impregnated, and they were hanged, and you had two of those devils who actually placed a bet asking what is inside of the belly of this female, a boy or a girl. After they placed their bet, they cut open the belly of the pregnant woman, ripped the baby out, threw the baby on the floor, and the one that won, depending on whether it was a girl or a boy, received drinks, and they just stomped on the baby. These things have they done unto our people. And it's needful for us to speak about these things, because we're living in a very hypocritical country where they changed the history, and now they want to make it seem as if our people came over here by their own will. We came here and we actually voluntarily accepted, so to say, a job offering for working for scrappickers. These lies is what they teach the children right now in these school books. The same thing how they're teaching people right now how Christopher Columbus discovered America while the native Indians already lived there. They rape, rob, murder, they butcher, they slaughter people, but yet they lie and they being deceitful towards their own people in teaching their children that Christopher Columbus discovered America. The same wickedness is taking place here in the Netherlands. They are not telling the people honestly what they have done. The grievous, horrific, outrageous atrocities are not being admitted, but they just rewrite history and they teach their own children lies. This is the energy that is in the Netherlands. And to even kick it further, you have this feast day called Sinterklaas. And we understand the true origin of what is taking place over here. Many of our people might be in a state of being ignorant and not understand what is taking place. Many of our people may not know the history where we ruled in the Moorish times, you know, the golden, the dark ages, let me say it right, the dark ages, where we ruled here in the Netherlands. Let's get it, man. Dark Ages. Where we ruled upon this earth. These are Moors, these are our people. We ruled here in Europe. You see? And these elites that are ruling right now in this present empire, they know that we ruled in these days, man. They know about our history. But now they are in the rulership. You see the appearance of a Moor? The feather. This is the appearance of a Moor. So we ruled here in Europe. The thing which they're always trying to portray as if our people started as if we were monkeys, you know, as if our people's life started with slavery, and before slavery we were swinging from tree to tree, living in little little wood or tents, you know, as if we were uncivilized. But look at this. They ain't telling you about how we ruled, how royal we truly are. They're not teaching our people this. They ain't telling our people the truth, man. They rather portray them as if they are nobodies upon this earth, man, while we ruled. So it is important for our people to know the history. And as long as you don't know who you are, as long as you don't know your history, you will stay in a state of being dead. That's why the scripture also speaks about it in the book of Ezekiel chapter 37. You know, the dry bones. It is actually speaking about our people being in a state of not knowing who they are, not knowing your true identity, not knowing your connection with the Most High, not being filled with the Holy Spirit of the Most High, not having your soul quickened by the liveliness, the living water of the Most High. That's what it's talking about, man. The book of Proverbs chapter 21 verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So as long as you don't know who you are, if you don't know that you're an Israelite, if you don't obtain the wisdom, knowledge and understanding of the Most High, if you don't understand and learn that these people are Edomites and that we were giving into the hands of the Edomites as slaves, then you simply don't understand the game plan. Now they came to power. They came into power to the Renaissance, which is the 14th, 15th century. That's the moment when they came to power. And what is it that they did? They did immediately. They destroyed all the true original icons, and they changed them into their likeness. That's the iconoclasm. They destroyed the original paintings, the original statues of the Redeemer and the prophets. And they whitewashed everything according to the likeness. That's what they did. That's why when you look around, you see white Jesus being propagated all over the earth. You see God is being portrayed as a Caucasian man. You see Adam is being portrayed as a Caucasian man. Man, you will look at movies, and they even dare to portray the Egyptians as a Caucasian man. These people have no shame in how crazy, outrageous they getting out of their league, man. They're everyone except themselves. The Egyptian is white, you know. The Moabites are even being portrayed white. But as soon as you speak about the Edomites, well, no, we're not the Edomites. Then you're not the Edomite. But who is the Edomite? The Edomite is everything except the Edomite. That's the devil for you, man. But now the mystery of iniquity is being exposed. To the spirit and power of the Most High, they're being exposed. So when you look at Sinterklaas, this feast day is actually where we're speaking about the wicked, the Most High placed the wicked in the rulership, and the one that was appointed to rule and walk in the ways of the Most High is now actually beneath the wicked. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 7. I have seen servants, which are the Edomites, upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. That's this estate. That's this estate. The servant, the Edomite, is now on a horse, being portrayed as the boss. You know, in Dutch they say the Pieterbaas, the boss of the Piets. And the one that is actually portrayed as a Moor is referring unto us, is now being the help, is now being the so-called slave, the help, the aid of the pit boss, the master, the pit master. That is what they portray. But many of them simply don't understand what they do on this earth. They don't get it. When you confront them, they will say, well, this is our tradition and you gotta leave our tradition alone. This is a feast day for the children. If it really was concerning the children, then why not let the children decide if they had a problem with changing the color of the so-called black peat, you know? And if you're looking at the black peat looks exactly like the Moors. Also the caricature way how they portraying the red lips. You know how it is, man. The minstrel show, man. Let me get this, man. Minstrel show. This is exactly what it is. Where you see a black peach, you gotta look and think about this. The minstrel show, the way how they portray you in a very mocking way. But yet, when you speak out, they say no, it's not compared, it's not linked onto that. And the gold, the chain, the curly hair, the lips are being portrayed like that. Like where, how? But then they say, yeah, he came to the chimney, and that's why his skin color is black. But what about the red lips? What about the gold? What about the curly hair? You see, but this is the nation of Edom, man. You will confront them with what they do, but the thing that they do is immediately deny and defend what is being established in the system, you know, because it's a systematic establishment. Let's go into some scriptures about how these things are established, man, because the Most High gave us into the hands of these wicked doers, man, because of we went off against the laws of the Most High. The Most High delivered us in the hands of these people. We're going to show you what happened with our people, why we are in this state, and what the Most High is going to do. What is the biblical reparation? We don't want your reparation, your sorry, or how you tell us how we need to deal with this situation. The only thing that we want and the only thing that counts is what the Most High says according to the Bible, and that's what we teach. We will live according to it, and we will teach all of our people about what is coming, and we will prophesy against the rulers on this earth and tell them what the Most High is going to do. The book of Baruch chapter 4 verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. So the Most High didn't give us into the hands of the nations. We were not sold as slaves unto them to be completely destroyed. We were given unto them because we moved the Most High to wrath. For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High. Yeah, because we disobeyed the Most High's commandments. We didn't walk in his statutes. We made idols. You know, our people have been breaking all the laws of the Most High. Verse 13, they knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of the Most High's commandments, nor trod in the path of discipline in his righteousness. We were not walking in the right way. So, verse 15, for he had brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and they're shameless. Why is it saying they're shameless? Because they had no mercy towards old or young. They raped little babies, little children got raped. They did buck breaking. For the ones that don't know what buck breaking means, let's look it up and show you what buck breaking means. Buck breaking. Afterwards, the slave owners would cut or rip a hole in the pants of the male slaves who were slept with, to let other homosexual owners know that the slave masters have been broken in. This was a process known as buck breaking because gay slave owners knew that this would make slaves less of man among other slaves. They completely destroyed the man by raping them, by sodomizing them. Man doing slavery that was thinking about trying to escape, they raped them so that there would be less of a man on this earth. This is the wickedness that these Edomites have done. Let's go on, man. It says here, and of a strange language who neither reverence old man nor pity child. They had no mercy unto the children. Why does it say they didn't pity no child? Because if you're looking at slaves for crocodile bait, they used our babies as crocodile bait, man. Look at what they did, bro. Look at what they did. You gotta understand, you gotta know what they did unto our people. Understand how our people became so destroyed in their mind as how you see them move and live today. How and where this low self-esteem came from. Understand what they have done unto our people, man. Understand what they have done unto our people. Let's go on. The book of Tobit, chapter 13, verse 3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he had scattered us among them. So now we confess the Most High among the Gentiles because we are scattered amongst them. You know, we tell the people about what the Most High has done and why we were giving into the hand of these evildoers upon this earth. There declare the greatness and extol him before all the living, for he is our Lord, and he is the power of our Father forever. And he will scourge us for our iniquity, and will have mercy again, and will gather us out of all the nations among whom he had scattered us. You see, so the Most High is letting you know that he will punish for your sins, but he will have mercy again. So now we're living in a time of the great gathering of all the nations amongst where we are scattered and where our people are starting to live as the heathens. The great gathering is taking place today. It says it in the book of Jeremiah 17 verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. Yeah, because the thing that happened when we went into slavery is that they stripped us from our names. You know, that's why they starting to call our people Jan, Klaas, Pieter. You know, you have the slave name. The same thing like when you look back at the back names that is actually giving unto our people, you will find out that many of them will have names that go back to Dutch names, you know, because we were giving into the hands and they placed their names upon our people. Slave names were giving unto our people, so that we wouldn't remember and so that we would forget who we truly are upon this earth. The scripture speaks about it that in Deuteronomy 28. Let's get that. Let me get it in the book of Psalms 44. Psalms 44. Okay, let me see where it is. Boom, boom, boom. Here, Psalms 44 verse 14. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen and a shaking of the head among the people. You know, 13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors and a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Yeah, because we were giving into the hands, and by being giving into the hands, they stripped us from our identity. They placed all kind of labels upon us. They're calling you Negro. They're saying West Indies. They're calling you Surinamese. They're calling you a Reuben, you know, a person from Curaçao, a person from Sint Maarten. They place all these labels upon our people so that we would forget that we are the children of Israel, that we are from the tribe of Benjamin, you know, or Judah. This is what they did unto us. They stole they stripped us from our identity, man. It says, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. Yeah, because the Most High is still angry, man. But the Most High will not chide forever. The Most High is merciful. That's why he gave his beloved Son so that we could return unto him. But only the ones that will receive Yahawah Bashim, the Redeemer, they're going to be cleansed and going to be saved by the Most High. All of our people who don't want to return and don't want to accept and don't want to research, they don't want to face what has been done unto our people, they're going to stay in a state of being spiritually destroyed, spiritually dead. And when the judgment will come, they will be destroyed with the enemy that is responsible for keeping them in this state. So it says in the book of Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 14, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Why is our people in this low state? Look at how they treat our people. Look at how our people are conducting themselves. Many of our people don't even have what it takes to research and to go into history. Many a times when I talk with people, even before I came into this truth, I talk with fellow people from Suriname, fellow Israelites, so to say, from Suriname, and I try to explain them about history, about what history has done unto our people, man. And many of them really don't like talking about slavery. They don't want to talk about slavery. They just want to look and aim for becoming rich in an empire, while they don't even understand history. They don't understand what took place in the past. They don't want to acknowledge what is taking place in this present time. As if they just want to close their eyes concerning the historical facts, the historical reality that has impact on how people perceive life and how they live upon this earth. You see, you have a thing called post-traumatic slave syndrome. And there was a female doctor, she spoke about it. Let me see if I can find it right up, man. Here it is. Dr. Joy de Gru, if I'm pronouncing it right. I may pronounce her name wrong, but this video, and I posted it many a times on my channel. The thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to look up where this video is, and I'm going to repost it again, so that my brothers and sisters can see what is really taking place. She is going in and she explains about how destroyed our people's mind actually became by the slave trade and the damage and the horrificness and the atrocities that has been committed towards our people. Our people are post-traumatic slave, suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome. They are traumatized by the horrificness that took place during the time, even unto this very time. That's the very same time. Others might say like, yeah, but it's in the past, and why are you talking about the past? You're living in the past. We ain't living in the past. We explain you that the past has impact on how you perceive and how you are in this present time. That's what people need to understand. You gotta understand that this is a generation thing. This is being passed on from generation to generation. That is what's taking place. You see, so many people don't understand what is taking place, but it really takes you going through it to truly understand what we talk about, because they haven't experienced it. They haven't experienced it, so they don't know about it. But yet, from their perspective, from their view, they're trying to tell you how you need to deal with the situation. While you don't know about the situation. You don't know what it feels like and how it is for us to be in this way. People don't know, so they shouldn't even open up their mouth, man. But yet they talk. Why? Because they speak evil concerning oppression. Let's get that, man. Let's get that. They don't know. The book of Psalms chapter 73 verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. This is how they are. When you speak out about what it has done unto our people, what is their reaction? Well, that is in the past. Why are you still complaining and talking about slavery? Why are you still talking about that? That's their mind. When a person opens his or her mouth in that way, it really portrays a lack of understanding. They don't understand. That's simply what it is. A lack of understanding and a lack of care. They don't care. Do you really think that these people care about what we went through? They don't care about what we went through, man. They don't care about what we go through. They don't care about how our people are being gunned down on the streets even unto this very day. They don't care. Jeremiah 15:5, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Which group of people upon this earth came towards us after all the brutalization, all the dehumanization, the Willie Lynch, all kind of methods been used upon our people, you know, in ways of destroying and dividing our people, working them into the ghetto, pushing the crack cocaine into the ghetto, using this whole music industry controlled by the same devil in order to completely destroy our people, bribing our people, trying to offer our people fame and money in order to further destroy our people, who went and came towards us and asked how we're doing, how we could help them out, how we could help the children of Israel out. No one came to us, man. No one came to us. No one reached out. No one established anything for our people. No one. We had to fight, work, slave, do all those things in order to strive for so-called equality. But then the ruler that is ruling in this wicked empire is talking about we're all equal, equality, equal, equality, equal, equality. But look at our people. Look at how our people are being treated. Look at how low and how deep in hell our people are living, are maintaining, existing, or should I say surviving, trying to get by, trying to keep yourself going in a system that grievously is oppressing and destroying our people. Let's go on. So the question is asked, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Why? Why is my chosen people being treated in this grievous ways with the Most High asks? The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of man's blood, and for violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. You know, this is their energy, man. The whole legacy is about being evil, justifying the murder, justifying stealing, justifying covetousness. Verse 9, woe to him that coveted an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil, which is Esau. Esau, the most covetous creature upon this earth. When you go into the meaning of covetousness,
Strong's H 1215. Beit Sah. Beit Sah.
It says profit, unjust gain, gain, profit acquired by violence. Slavery. Slavery is a prime example of unjust gain acquired by violence. You brutalize people, you torture them, you rip, you destroy families completely. You force a child to go to the east, the mother to the west, and the father to the south. And they gain riches. They gain riches. They stole gold. What is it that they had? Tobacco, or whatever other things they sugar, or whatever things that they gained by their own wicked way upon this earth. Do they have shame? They have no shame. How can we see that they have no shame? Let's hold this one because I'm going to I have to Dr. Joy, because I have to repost this video for the brothers and sisters to see. Do you think that these people have shame? Do you really think that they feel ashamed for what they have done? This is the golden couch in the Netherlands, and I'm gonna show you what type of depictions they have on the side of their golden couch. Look at this. These are slavery depictions, and then you can question yourself like, but why? Why on the golden couch you see the so-called the queen or the princess and the king nowadays? You should question yourself, or that question should be coming up to your mind. Why is it that there are slavery depictions placed on the golden couch? Does this reflect a form of shame? Does this reflect your way of thinking about the dark pages of your history, or is this pride? Is this boasting in what has been done towards our people and showing them openly, because many people didn't even knew about the slavery depictions upon the golden couch. They didn't even knew about it, man. But we make videos about this, man, because through the spirit and power of the Most High, everything is being revealed. Everything is coming to light, man. The book of Luke. And we confront them with this evil wickedness, man. So they are not ashamed for what they have done, man. They're proud. The book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be made known and come abroad. You know, this thing is not hid. This is not hid. This is openly being shown. This is proud. This is a perverse spirit of magnifying yourself in the evil deeds which you have committed upon this earth, man. You see? So this is another sign of being merciless, man. Here you got people grieving over the loss, over the grievousness which is done unto our people. And then you have the so-called royalty sitting in the golden couch, magnifying and showing you the slavery depiction on their golden couch while they're driving around, while they're riding around. They've been riding around. So now they want now so-called they stopped using the thing. I believe a couple of weeks ago they were renovating it. The book of James chapter 2 verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that hath showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. These people have no form of mercy. They don't know about mercy. So when the Lord is going to punish them for what they have done, they shouldn't expect any form of mercy from the Most High. Because you know how the devil is. The devil has joy in being merciless and cruel towards others. But as soon as the punishment for what they have committed upon this earth will be coming and knocking on the door, that's the moment when they will cry and they will beg for mercy. But the Lord will give them no mercy because they were merciless and cruel towards the people, man. They were merciless and cruel towards us, man. So in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 10, for thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people. Just look at how many millions of people died by the hands of these evil people, all because they wanted to gain in riches, man. All because they deemed us less than humans, less than animals, man. That's how they treated our people, man. And sinned against thy soul. Everything that you have upon this earth right now is actually testifying against your people. Everything that is established, all the blood, all the money that you have, all the gold, all the riches that you have is actually being sprinkled over by the blood of the people that you slaughtered in order to have what you have today. Everything is stained by the blood of the innocent, by the blood of the victims, man. Everything is testifying against them. It says, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that builded a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity. Woe, which means lamentation, mourning, because of the destruction that the Most High is going to bring upon them, man. You really think that you can just enrich and enlarge your riches by slaying and raping and murdering and brutalizing the chosen people of the Most High? You really think that the Most High is not going to punish you for that? But in their mind, they really think that nothing is going to happen, because that's how proud and how evil this nation is. They're proud, they're evil, and they continue with their wickedness upon this earth, and they convince themselves that the Lord is not going to do anything. Others convince themselves that there is no higher power, that there will be no ultimate judgment for what you have done upon this earth. You know, when people speak about karma, the people don't understand, man. When they say karma, in the Bible it's known as the complete righteous punishment for what you have done unto others. That's the judgment of the Most High. Justice. Justice will be served unto those that did wrong unto the righteous. This is what's going to be executed upon this earth, and it's our duty to tell the people what the Lord is going to do. That's our duty. It says, that's actually the key point of it. Let me go on. The book of Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to the oppressors, and these are oppressors, man. They are modern day slave masters, man. You got people talking about the chains, KetiKoti, the chains are broken, man. But mentally their mind is still enslaved. Mentally, they don't even know their own identity. They don't even know that we're living in a system where Esau is ruling, that this is modern day slavery. You ain't free. You are not free, man. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Destruction upon them that can plot and that can think about their secret plans in the dark. That's why you got Bilderberg meetings, man. That's why you got the G20, the G7 summit, where they come together. People are not allowed. You are not welcome. George Carlin already said it. It's a big club and you ain't in it. They sit and they commune about your fate, about your lot. And you have nothing to say. You have no part of expressing or knowing what they decide about you, man. The same thing as what we're coping with today upon this earth. This whole planned scamdemic we're dealing with, the whole propaganda, the fear porn that is pushed towards the people, the whole steering towards people need to be taking the jab. All of it is all part of reducing the population upon this earth, programming the people's mind, and slowly but sure gradually moving towards the acceptance of the mark of the beast, being implemented by a chip. Everything stored upon this chip. Your money, your medical information, your key, your ID information, your how you call it? Criminal information. Whether you've been violating the law, your everything is going to be established and placed on this chip, and they are going to have control over that chip. That's where we're moving towards, man. That's their utopia. You know? So it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of the hand. This is what the Most High gave into the hands of the wicked. This is their time of ruling upon this earth. You know? And while they rule upon this earth, they're aiming for what they aim at, man. And they ain't holding back. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. This is what they have done, and this is what they still do. You're looking at our people in Suriname right now. The horribleness that is taking place over there. The jabs that have been declined here in the Netherlands are being sent towards Suriname, and the people in Suriname are being jabbed with the vaccines that have been declined over here in the Netherlands. So you got a lot of people over there dying of thrombose, dying by all the complications of the jabs that have been declined over here. This is the man, man. Hey, but that's why the Most High is going to send His beloved Son, man. Because they're committing genocide. This is genocide that is being committed on this earth, man. Openly, genocide, man. And the people are just watching and allowing and just being focused upon their petty life, hoping that they can go back to the club, hoping that they still can travel, while mass genocide is already being executed upon this earth towards all kind of people, man. It's already taking place, man. Let me just go on, man. The book of Isaiah chapter 42 verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for prey and none delivered, for a spoil and none said restore. When you're looking at the native Indians who lived already in America, and how they lied about how Christopher Columbus discovered America, while it was just rape, rob, murder, brutalizing, torturing, exploiting, enslaving, and now you're forcing the native Indians, the so-called native Indians, which are Israelites, you're forcing them towards a reservation. There was a joke which was made in I'm not really into France, but I was at home back then, and Phoebe in France made a joke about how the reservations were built on a place where they dumped nuclear waste, man. You know, she was like, yeah, and the native Indians reservation is not built on a place where we dump nuclear waste, right? Like, in that way, she made it. Maybe I can find it, man. France, joke Native Indians. I don't think I can find it, but if I find it, I will put it. I'll just put it in the description box. I just came downstairs and I heard it. I was like, what? And you have the nowadays everything is just fixed so that you can play back. You can just how you call it, man? You can press back and then you can play the piece back, which was actually played on the TV. So I was like, what? Did I hear that good? Let me play it back. Boom. I clicked the button to play that piece back and I listened to it. As she said, and I was like, damn, man. This is the devil the Bible speaks about, man. These people are they're grievous, man. You know? But that shows you that what they did onto the native Indians, the same things is what they have done onto our people, man. You know? They took houses, even unto this very day. You know, they enslaved, they spoiled our people. But did you think that in any wise they restored what they have done unto us? They didn't restore our people, man. Our people are not restored concerning what has been stolen from us, man. They even add more affliction onto your burdens, man, by discriminating, by being racist, by mistreating you. This is how the nation of Edom operates upon this earth, calling you lazy, calling you good for nothing, saying things like, why don't you go back to your country? Well, everything that you have in this country was all built and established by rape, rob, murder. How dare you, man? Hey, man, the same thing like when these people play soccer, man. The most of the team in the whole soccer team in the Netherlands exists out of Surinamese. You got many of them being Surinamese or Antillian, man. It's always the same fuckery over here, man. When they win, when they score, oh yeah, Wijnaldum, we is good, he did, we that Kluivert, yeah, Vrijzakker, yeah. But when they lose, yeah, he this, he that, then all of a sudden they got all kind of bad bullshit to say about our brothers, man. About our brothers, man. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They stole everything. They brutalized, they tortured, they did all kind of evil towards our people, man. They are all of them snared in holes. Why? Because we lived in ghettos. Now they place all kind of bribery in front of you. They created all kind of movies, New Jack City, Belly, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. These movies have a heavy corrupting impact on the young boys and the males, the men that grow up in the system. Everybody's looking for that fast cash, that fast money, that quick escape out of this oppressive, enslaving, destroying estate. So many young boys on a very young age selling dope, dealing, doing criminal things, ending up in prison. The 3-time strike thing is implemented in America. So young boys doing life in America, man. 18, 19 years old, your whole life is gone. These things are taking place, and predominantly our people are catching hell and doing time over there, man. And no one is restoring, no one is healing our people. Why? Because there is no justice in a system, in an empire where the wicked, where the unjust man is ruling. Don't expect any form of justice in an empire where the wicked is appointed to rule for their time. That's why justice is not going out. That's why we are sighing and crying. That's why we complain continually, man. We gotta behold all the evil that is taking place upon this earth, man. You got our people marching on the streets. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Another brother is gunned down on the streets. Another brother didn't have a gun in his hand or whatever, man. Gunned down. Police get a paid vacation, man. And the gun violence continues, man. The book of Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 2. O Yahawah, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. How long do we have to behold this grievousness, man? How long do we have to behold our people being dumbed down and stooped down into still believing in the lies that are being kicked towards them, man? Believing that things are going to change by the oppression, man. By voting. By putting your trust in the system, man. Isaiah 30 verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word. We are standing there on the streets and we're teaching our people over and over and over, but yet a very small few, a small remnant is listening and getting into the sanctuary. Masses of our people are not changing. They are not taking heed unto the words out of the Bible. They're not changing. But they trust in oppression and in perverseness and stay there on. You see them rather going voting. Well, we have to vote. Well, if we vote, then things can change. They want change by operating by the instruments that the system is giving them in order to have false hope. The same thing as a false messiah. All these false messiahs. Tupac, false messiah. They made Tupac, and now you got people all running and being on the dick of Tupac. But who was Tupac? Tupac was just another agent used by the elites to trick the people's mind. Just another agent used by the elites to trick the people's mind. And when they tell the people the truth, no man, you can't talk like that about Tupac. Man, fuck Tupac, man. Fuck Tupac. Tupac didn't contribute anything for our people, man. Coming up with your a thug life. I'm hopeless. That's all that he brought onto our people, man. More confusion, more deception, more bowing down unto the wicked for money. Tupac was not a savior. He was an agent working for the enemy. That's Tupac. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. So as long as our people will put their trust in this wicked ruler upon this earth, in this oppression, nothing is going to change. As long as they want to go outside marching and praying and actually begging the government to treat them right and to be fair towards them, nothing is going to change, man. They have to change themselves. You got to change your mind. You got to return unto Yahawah Shimyoshai. So it says in verse 3, why dost thou shew me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and they are at race. They are that raise up strife and contention. Yeah, because the elites, the rulers upon this earth, they further the destruction upon our people. They don't care. They don't change, and they continue with aiming at the New World Order. And by going on, by aiming at the New World Order, they keep bribing, they keep snaring people that are hopeless, that are desperate, in the hope of looking to escape this wicked oppression. And many of them are willing to sell their soul. Many of them are willing to destroy their own people in order to live a so-called rich life, a lavish life, a boastful life, while you see your own brothers and sisters dying and being destroyed in the ghettos, man. Dying and being destroyed in the ghettos, but you wanna live a so-called boastful life about how much money you got, how good and how dandy your life is, while your brother and sisters is dying, man. Therefore the law is slacked and judgment doth not go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded. That's why there ain't no righteous judgment, man. Because there are more wicked people upon this earth than the righteous. There are even more wicked judges than there are righteous judges upon this earth, man. The true righteous judge is the almighty power, his beloved son. And then you have the prophets, the hopeful elect, that are judging righteously based on the standards of the scriptures, man. Further, there are not true righteous upright judges, man. Because they simply not judge according to the standards of the Most High. The book of Zechariah chapter 11 verse 5. Whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So their mind is like, man, we are blessed because we enriching ourselves while we slay the wicked, and the Lord is not punishing us. So the Most High is with us. We are rich, we are blessed, man. That's the mind of the elites. That's their mind. While the Most High is allowing all these things for an appointed time. That is what the Most High is doing. He is allowing this wickedness for an appointed time, until our people return, until the doors of repentance close, man. Until the doors of repentance are closed, and that's when the Most High is going to bring judgment, man. It says in 50 verse 17, seeing thou hatest instructions, hast casted my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief Then thou consentedst with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth mischief, or deceit, sorry. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, and slanderest thine own mother's son. This is how Esau is towards us, man. He is a slanderer. He's speaking against us. His tongue is continually in evil towards us. When the wicked sees a thief, they join hands with that thief. You know, if there's adultery, they join hands. They be partakers of adultery, of the crimes that are committed. You know, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes. The Most High is letting you know through the scripture, like, I saw all the things that you did, you evildoers. And you really think that I'm down, I choose your side because I haven't judged you yet. That's what these people think. That's what many people upon this earth think, man. In their mind, they think like, if God really exists, if there truly was a higher power, if there will be a divine judge, then why can we still do this evil? And then they gniffle. Why can we still do all these things, but yet they believe in their God? Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Just because the Most High is not executing swift judgment, people get it into their mind to think like, well, if there's nothing happening yet, then I'm gonna continue with doing what I did. I'm gonna keep trying, convincing and tricking and snaring and lying and being just a roach, a snake, a serpent upon this earth. You know, many people also think like, you live and then you die, and after you die there's nothing left. So they're being the most foul and wicked creature with a mindset like, when I'm dead, I'm dead, and then nothing can happen else with me. Many people fool themselves in that way. But we let them know that even though you die, you reincarnate, you come back, and you will pay for all the things that you did in this life. You pay for all the things that you did in your past life. There's no escape from judgment for what you do upon this earth towards others, man. You're not going to escape, man. The spirit of Esau is truly a vagabond and a fugitive, man. Doing evil and running away and thinking that you can escape the punishment of the Almighty Power, man, the ultimate judge. The book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Whatever it is that you're doing upon this earth, the Lord sees and the Lord knows. You might trick or fool people, mankind, man or woman upon this earth, but you are never ever going to fool the Almighty Power, man. For he that soweth to his flesh, of the flesh shall reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Whatever it is that you do upon this earth, man, whether it is rape, rob, murder, lying, extortion, being a thief, being an adulterer, being a homosexual, being a fucking pedophile, the Lord knows it, man. Being an incest committer, being a bestiality committer, the Lord knows it, man. You might fool or you might keep things from people, you know, but the Lord sees and knows and hears everything. He knows everything, and he sees who is truly serving him, man. He knows what we go through for righteousness' sake and how we bear our cross, man. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. That's why we continue upon this path, man. We have to endure and build and keep going on for the Most High, you know, because we also going to get a reward for all that we went through, man. The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So the Most High says it is a righteous thing for him to recompense, to repay the tribulation that people have done unto you. People are going to get it, man. People are going to get it, man. And they may think that the Almighty Power is a God of all love. In due time, people are going to understand who our power is, man. When people are going to start dying in huge numbers, man, that's when the cries, the howling, the vexation of spirit is going to kick in upon this earth, man. And it's going to be joy for the elect when you're going to see the grievous judgment which the Most High already has prepared for all the enemies of the righteous, man. We're going to have joy. We're going to praise the Most High. We're going to smile. We're going to laugh. We're going to rejoice in the destruction of the wicked, man. It says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us. When the Lord Yahawashi shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels to come back with the chariots, man. More and more UFOs are showing themselves upon this earth, man. People still don't understand how close we are unto the end. They don't understand. The Most High revealed everything. He's revealing everything unto us, man. Our faith is skyrocketing into the sky, man. You see brothers being fired up, pushing videos, man. You know? And of course, you also see brothers are going to shit. They're going to hell, because the closer we get unto the end, the more the fire, the devil, the Satan is going to spark upon you, man. You got to understand that if you are the favorite of the Most High, you're going to be the favorite also unto the devil, man. The heat is going to come upon you, man. But you got to remain strong upon this battle, man. You know? Who shall be punished, it says in verse 8, in flaming fire vengeance, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High. Many people upon this earth, they don't know the Most High, man. They don't know. They say God is love. God is always good. God is always good. You're going to find out how good the Most High is unto you wicked doers, man. You're going to find out if the Most High is going to be good. He's going to be loving. He's going to be caring towards y'all who don't know the Most High, who have shown hate towards the Most High in your word, in your deed, blaspheming. You've been warring against the servants of the Most High. Let's find out when the time is there if the Most High is going to be loving and caring towards you evildoers, towards the enemies of the Most High. It says in that, obey not the gospel of the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach. Many people are walking contrary unto the cross, man. You know, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his presence, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day. You see the magnitude and the necessity of us bringing out the gospel, you know, prophesying, testifying against this wicked empire, man, being a witness of all the evil that they have done in the past towards the Redeemer, towards our people in this present time, man. We are witnessing all of it, and we are testifying about what they have done. This is how we order towards them what type of crimes they have committed and what the Lord is going to do. We're telling you over and over in your face all the crimes that you have committed, and the Lord, the ultimate judge, is going to execute it, man. He's going to execute it. And like how they didn't have any form of mercy towards the oldest and the little children, the Lord will have no mercy upon your elderly and upon your baby, little baby. A baby might be even a couple of days, seconds old, man. Months. The Lord is going to crush. He's going to pulverize you people, man. He's going to pulverize, destroy you people, man. The book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he had done. And there is no respect of persons. The Most High doesn't care about how sweet or how cute you might deem yourself, how good looking you are, how beloved you are amongst the people upon this earth. The Most High doesn't care about none of that, man. When judgment comes, you will receive according to what you have done, according to what you said, your own words, everything. Everything that you did upon this earth will be brought into judgment, man. Everything. There's no escape onto what. There's no word that you can say towards the Heavenly Father like, "Oh, please forgive me. I got a little baby." Most doesn't care about that, man. I'm a good-looking chick. Please bestow favor upon me because I got a big booty. The Most High doesn't care about that. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil, everything. You trick people upon this earth, cool. You trick many people upon this earth, cool. You didn't trick the Most High. He saw everything. You was laughing, smiling, gniffling behind closed doors, good. You thought that the Most High didn't knew about all your wickedness. The Most High knew about all of it, man. So now it's time to be paid, to get payment for all the madness that you did upon the earth, man. That's what's coming for the people, man. The book of Sirach chapter 41 verse 5. The children of sinners are abominable children. The children of these Edomites are abominable children, because in their mind they might be in the spirit like, yeah, but I'm innocent. Well, my forefathers did all those things. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm merely living in the system. I was merely born in the system. I haven't done anything wrong. You are contributing onto the wickedness of your own forefathers. Do you really think that these people rise up and speak about the atrocities that has been committed? Do you really think that these people say like, man, the horrific things that has been done onto those people, it needs to be restored? Do you really think that they come up with that? Do you really think that people are having any form of sense like that inside of them, man? Nothing. Why? Because they simply don't care. They don't care. It's not important for them. They don't give a fuck about you, man. That's the reality. They simply don't give a fuck about you. So the Most High is not going to give a fuck about them. That's how it goes. Why should the Heavenly Father give a fuck about them if they don't give a fuck about the chosen people of the Most High? That's how it goes. And they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and the posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. Now people are going to cry. They're going to cry because of what is going to fall upon them. Yeah, but we did it. Why do we have to pay for it? Why didn't our forefathers pay for it? This is not fair. Well, it is fair with the Most High because reincarnation is in the scriptures. Another thing also, like if I would go into somebody's house right now and I would gun those people down and I would just dump their bodies and I would start living in their house, all the riches, everything that they had in their house, and I would just portray myself as if I discovered their house, I discovered their building, and I'm just living over there and living all lavishly, living all dandy, however you want to call it. But for some reason, the police finds out that I murdered the whole family and that I actually stole their property, and then I'm living lavishly in a house that doesn't pertain unto me. What do you think that is going to happen with me when they find out and when they will throw me and put me in front of a judge? What do you think that is going to happen with me? Well, guess what? The same thing is what the Most High is going to do with these people that are right now living on stolen ground and have stolen properties from other people. The same thing. It's not different. The same thing is what the Almighty Power is going to do with these creatures. You're living on stolen ground. You got stolen property. You're boasting about what you got while it's not even yours. You got the audacity to speak evil about the ones from who you stole, from who the people stole all these things. Guess what's going to happen, man? Read you, man, I'm just sitting and watching and waiting and praying and hoping, enduring all the evil and all the unrighteousness that is coming upon my head. I'm holding on, because we are going to witness the judgment upon the most evil people upon this earth. The most beautiful thing that you can see and witness upon this earth is the downfall of these proud evildoers, man. We're going to witness that, man. It says, the children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Lord, of the Most High my power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse. If ye die, a curse shall be your portion. Yeah, man, so it got many of them still got a man, man and a woman, and they bear children, and they really think that they're going to live a happy life upon this earth, man. While this wicked empire on all sides is already being exposed, the Most High is already busy with unleashing the plagues upon them. So all the children that they bear, that they make upon this earth, they're all going to witness their own children dying in the most grievous ways, man. And we are going to see it, and we're going to laugh. We're going to laugh, man. We're going to laugh, rolling over the ground like, yo, man. Woohoo! It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. It's very simple, man. What goes around comes around. And you might be in a spirit like, yeah, but two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. How can we change? How can we break this cycle? Let's listen, man. The only way how we can change this planet is if you people, you evildoers, the wicked upon this earth is exterminated. Then the people upon this earth can experience peace, man. As long as the personification of cancer is alive and they can cause trouble unto others, then nobody can know peace. We need to clean you people up, get rid of you people, and so that we can live. Then life can begin. As long as you creatures are upon this earth, there is no life. That's the solution. That's the solution according to the Bible, and that's how it's going to be executed, whether you like it or not. Whether you might say, like, that's racist. Man, we don't give a F if you think that's racist, man. We don't give a F. The Most High will execute this. You people are the problem upon this earth, man. You people are the problem. You are disease. You are cancer upon this earth, man. And as long as you people are upon this earth and you can exercise power, then it will be continually troublesome upon this earth, man. So the Most High is going to take care of the cancer upon this earth, man. The book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with riches. Yeah, man. So the Most High already says, like how they stole everything from everybody, like how they boast about what they have done unto people, like how they're now in the Middle East, like how you got the connection with that foul, wicked coolie in Suriname right now, and these foul, wicked devils here in the Netherlands. They deliver the decline. The decline jabs are being sent towards Suriname, and many people are taking the jab and they're dying over there, man. That shows you the connection with these foul fucking coolies and these fucking Edomites, man. Murdering our people over there, man. You know? But guess what? All goes according to the spirit of the Most High, man. The brothers over there that know about it, man, the Most High is going to protect them, man. If people will wake up and they will get into the fold, they will get into the fold. They're part of the elect. But it just portrays the way how the heathens are cooperating together in order to destroy our people, man. So the Most High says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. For the ones who still want to say, like, my father did those things, I'm innocent, I haven't done anything wrong. The Most High says, prepare also slaughter for their children. Why? Because their children is the seed of the ones who did those things. If they grow up, they build and they get into the same mind of their forefathers. They're the same. It's the seed. They have the same energy, the same mindset inside of them. So you gotta take out the root. You gotta exterminate the seed so that they can't spring up and start to trying to do the same things as their fathers. You gotta clean them up. That's what the Lord says, and that's what's going to happen upon the earth, man. And we are going to witness it, man. It's going to be beautiful, man. The book of Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. The nation of Edom is finished, man. The nation of Edom is finished, man. And many of the elites already know what time it is, man. Only the basic peons in the system that don't understand. You simpleton Edomites, man. You Joe, you Mary, you Angie, you know, you Maggie. You Edomites, you basic peon Edomites, man. You poor low-life pieces of shit. You people don't even know what's coming, man. While the elites already know what's going to happen with you people, man. They don't even know what's going to happen with them, man. In the day that thou stoodest in the other side, in the day that thou strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into this gate, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother. They shouldn't even have looked on the day where we were taken, man. The Lord says that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. These people speak boastfully. They laugh about what has been done unto our people, man. They shouldn't even have looked upon when we were carried away into captivity, is what the Most High says, man. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gates, the place of the nobility of my people, in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked unto their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Yeah, because they laughed at our affliction, man. These people laugh at your pain. They laugh at the fact that when we speak about what this slavery has done, what the transatlantic slave trade has done unto our people, they laugh, they joke, they bust jokes about it. But there's no understanding concerning what has been done unto our people. They stole gold. The Netherlands, man, boy, the Netherlands came with ships. They left with gold from our places towards the Netherlands. They had so much gold. They had so much gold that they couldn't even reach the shore. They couldn't even reach the shore. They had to throw gold overboard. That's how stacked and packed they were. That's how stacked and packed they were. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress, because many of our people really try to escape continually, man. When you are giving into the hand of a brute like that, a grievous foul, bug breaker, you know, a pedophile, a murderer, an experimenting Dr. Frankenstein, by any means our people was trying to escape from being in the hands of this devil, man. But this devil wouldn't allow not one to escape, man. Not one. If a person escaped, hey, this man was immediately in the field. Everybody went out to the field. They had dogs, bloodhounds, and they released the bloodhounds on you. No one was allowed to escape from the hands of the devil. This is how they lived. Not one was allowed. They were not like, man, one of those niggers escaped, man, leave that nigger go. No, they didn't have that mind, man. They're like, what? That nigger, they're trying to escape, that nigger. They went after you, man. That spirit is still inside of these creatures. Don't get fooled, don't get tricked. Don't get mixed up in what we explain. You gotta understand that if nobody intervened and they had a free passage to do these things, the same energy is being brought back upon this earth, is reincarnating. Their seed, their children's children is still bearing that seed. It's still inside of them, you know? And it's a matter of time when they get angry, you will find out what type of energy, what type of spirit is truly inside of them. Besides it, they might play hypocritical, they act as if they care about you, but as soon as they get angry, the devil will show his horn, and he will utter how he feels about you. Then you will hear the things about you black, you nigger, you beat, you will hear everything that is deep inside of them. So the Most High lets us know, watch them carefully, know who they are, understand what they have done in the past, and tell them what's going to happen with them based on what is written in the scriptures. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens, so it's coming for all you heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Payback. For as ye have drunk upon mine holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance for us, and there shall be holiness for us, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. We're going to get everything, man. Everything that you stole, you people are merely keeping it warm for us, man. Everything that you stole from us is going back to the rightful owner. And you people are going to be left behind without any form of riches. Everything is going back where it belongs, man. The book of Micah chapter 4 verse 13. It says, arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, which is talking about the Israelites. Arise and thresh, because the Most High is going to grant us spiritual powers, man. And we're going to crush you, roaches, man. We're going to fuck you up. For I will make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people. We're going to destroy multitudes of people upon this earth, man. They really think they got a chance against Yahawah, Simeon, and the elect, man. You ain't got a chance against Yahawah, Simeon, and the elect, man. And I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. Yeah, the whole planet. Everything that pertains unto the Most High. Everything is going to be given back to the Most High. Everything that you stole from the Almighty Power. And we are the chosen people of the Most High, so we are going to receive all those riches from our power, man. That's how it's going to be. So back in the book of Obadiah chapter 1 verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Yeah, man, we're going to have it all. We're going to have it all. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahawah had spoken it. The house of Esau is going to be done away with, man. They're going to be done away with, like how they had it in their mind to cut us off for remembrance. The Lord will cut them off from a remembrance, man. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south, and Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. This is how it's going to be. Your so-called KetiKoti, man. Our people need to wake up, man, and stop celebrating this madness. You gotta desire the biblical reparation, man, the biblical judgment for what they have done unto our people. That's what they should be desiring, man. All praise to Yahawah, Ba'ashim Yoshai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Shalom.